Welcome to the football den. I'm your host, Dan. How everybody feeling? How's everybody feeling? Before we get started, I want to say I appreciate all of y'all for rocking with me. It's been a long journey doing this pod. I know I could be a headache not doing it. I'm sorry, I apologize, but I will be on it, bro. I love doing this. It's so fun just to get I love football so much, bro, and to be able to just have a podcast where I can just get all my thoughts out on each game or the games that I feel like that are important to talk about. It's truly a blessing. It's a blessing that people actually want to watch it and give an opinion, even if they agree or disagree. So I appreciate y'all for rocking with. We had 50 subs, but we're on the verge of getting more than that. Like I said, we're on the road to 100. We're halfway there. So I appreciate you guys for rocking with me. We got a great show for you today. We're going to talk about the tension that I'm hearing that's flaring up in Baltimore between John Harbaugh and Lamar Jackson. We got to talk about Raheem Morris. We just beat the Falcons, just had a huge upset win against the LA Rams. Basically pushing them away from able to win their division. So now they're going to play on the road in the playoffs. So we did that. That's something great to do. You know what I'm saying? You love to upset other people. We upset the Rams. Falcons, we're going to get on them. Does Raheem Morris deserve another chance? Because it's some whispers going on that the Falcons will keep him. And I'm also hearing whispers that they might fire him. I'm going to give you my opinion. You guys may think you know my opinion based on what I've been saying, but I'm going to give you my opinion again with a little bit of different of opinion. Give y'all a different perspective this time. So you're gonna get my opinion. Might be the same, might not, but I'm gonna give you a totally different perspective. Or why I might think the Falcons will keep him, even though I think they shouldn't. I have a feeling why they might. And also, we gotta talk about the Pittsburgh Steelers too, man. We gotta talk about Pittsburgh Steelers. Upset loss against the Browns. I'm gonna tell you guys why I feel like Pittsburgh lost that game. And we're gonna close the show off with me giving you guys my opinion. Now we got I'm not gonna talk about that. I'll probably talk about that on Friday, Thursday, or Friday. So I will wait on that to give y'all my prediction on the Steelers and Baltimore game. I don't know why I brought that up, but we will talk about why I feel like the Steelers season is in jeopardy after losing this Browns game because it was a must win. But when you have so many things going on that cost your team an opportunity to win, there's nothing you really can do. So I'm going to get in that too. So once again, I appreciate y'all. Welcome to the football den. Get comfortable. Put your headphones in and let's get right to it. First topic of the day. First topic of today. Let me type it up. My bad, y'all. Tension in Baltimore, man. Tension in Baltimore. And it's between two people that if you've been paying attention for the last 5 years, you would think these guys love each other. You would think these guys are married. That's how much they love each other. You would think this is a father and a son. But based on the reports that's coming out, I don't know. I don't know. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying to find a better story. So I can sit and talk about it. Hold on. It's straight. I'll use this. And John Harbaugh denied this, but I still want to talk about it. Hold on. Let's get into it. John Harbaugh, he has denied these claims, but I still want to read it to you guys. So let's watch it together. Let me read it to you guys. Hold on. Give me 1 second. How does it look on here? Let me zoom in a little bit, y'all. My bad. We zoom in a little bit. There we go. All right, here we go. Let me. Okay, bet everything's straight. Okay, says Baltimore Ravens coach John Harbaugh defended quarterback Lamar Jackson and said the two have an A-plus relationship after Baltimore Sun published a story insinuating otherwise. December 24th. The story, which was written by columnist Mike Preston, alleged Harbaugh had become tired of Jackson. Preston also referred to Jackson as an overgrown kid in an adult body. Noted that the 28-year-old has fallen asleep during team meetings and accused the Ravens of giving Jackson peripheral treatment within the building. Harbaugh denied the claims made by the story while expressing he doesn't take too much credence in anonymous type sources. I don't know where it's coming from, Harbaugh told reporters when asked about Preston's story. I've never seen that ever. That's not something I ever witnessed. And I'm in every meeting. And I am in every meeting. And to speculate on how I feel about it, I'll tell you how I feel, Harbaugh added. I'm pretty transparent. All the guys in the bill will tell you if I have something they want to talk to me about. If I have something they want to talk to me about, I'm right up front. And that would be wrong to say that. That's not true. Harbaugh went on to explain he had a great conversation with Jackson that morning as a 28-year-old quarterback focused on returning from a back injury that knocked him out of the team's Sunday Night Football loss to the New England Patriots. Our relationship is A plus, Harbaugh said. I love him. Always have, always will. I know he's fighting like crazy to get back. Harbaugh and Jackson have worked together since blah, 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 blah. All right. So we read that. So I know you're wondering. My bad, let me get out of here. What did Mike Preston say? Because that's a little bit of what Mike Preston said. And some more things he said that the Ravens actually changed when they have their practices to accommodate Lamar Jackson. So instead of having their practices in the morning, they have it in the afternoon because Lamar feels better practicing in the afternoon than the morning. So that's all of it. Basically, it's speculation and Mike Preston insinuating that it's friction between Lamar and John Harbaugh, and John Harbaugh wants Lamar to grow up, watch film, become better, become great, and get the team over the hump to win the Super Bowl. And he feels like Lamar Jackson is too immature to do that, and he needs to grow up instead of being an overgrown adult. And he feel like what Lamar's doing is rubbing off on the team and can affect the team in the long run. Now, this is my opinion on this. Since we got everything out the way. When it comes to sleeping in meetings, listen, bro, life ain't fair. You can do that when you won two MVPs, bro. You can do that when you won two MVPs. Jackson Dart can't do that. He can't afford to do that right now. Shadur Sanders can't afford to do that right now. That's the reality. That's the reality, bro. Lamar Jackson can, because he's proven 2019, 2023, 2024 that he can be a complete quarterback, can play top tier, top level MVP type play at the quarterback position, and put your team in position to compete and win a championship. He's done that. He's shown us he has 3 seasons of that, all pro seasons. So he can fall asleep. Now, when it comes to the overgrown adult, you see that before somebody becomes successful. You just ignored it. Because you felt like the older he'll get, he'll end up saying, you know what, let me get out of that. I need to stop doing that. No, bro, the money doesn't change. Come on, bro. He getting all this money that he's never seen before in his life. Money doesn't change you. It makes you more what you are. If he was already successful being an overgrown adult, why would he change? If he wanted 2 MVPs being an overgrown adult, why would he change? If it's not broken, it's not broke, don't fix it. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. We all know this. So why would Lamar Jackson change who he is as a quarterback? If this is true, what's going on? Why would he overchange? Why would John Harbaugh be mad when you've been getting this from him? If this is true, that means John Harbaugh been lying to us the whole time. Because there's no way you say you love a guy, but then you go around, but you think he's an overgrown adult. I don't know too many people that like an overgrown adult, that loves an overgrown adult. A grown ass man act like a child. So I just think when you allow something to keep happening over and over and over again, what do you expect, bro? You should have nipped this in the bud when you saw it the first time. Now we're not doing this. Let's get rid of those habits. You didn't do that. You let him continue to keep those bad habits while winning these MVPs and being spectacular, not in the position that you're in now, if you're in that position. Because he's saying it's wrong, but a lot of times we know coaches a lie just to save face. John Harbaugh, I don't believe his job on the line, but let's say his job is on the line. Why would he agree and why would he confirm, yeah, me and Lamar beefing? If him and Lamar had tension for real and the organization had to pick, they're going to pick Lamar over John Harbaugh, period, point blank, just because he had the two MVPs. Now, some people say, why would they pick Lamar over John? John got a Super Bowl. Because what have you done for me lately? This is a what have you done for me lately league, bro. Nobody cares about something you did 13 years ago. I'm gonna say that one more time. Nobody cares about something you did 13 years ago. And he did it. Yes, he did it 13 years ago. I remember. I was 13. I was 12. No, I was 12 years old when they won the Super Bowl. No, I was 13. Yeah, I was 13 years old when they won the Super Bowl that year. So I understand. I know. I remember being 13 watching that Super Bowl. I remember. Joe Flacco won MVP. Great game. John is not in a position to where he can beef with Lamar right now. If he beefs with Lamar, he's going to get freaking fired. So whatever tension that they have is probably a low key tension that people know they probably don't like each other, but they probably don't do too much or say too much just because they don't want it to be the root of everybody's attention. Everybody know it. They trying to just keep it low key. Yes, I have issues with you, have issues with me, but let's keep it low key. Let's not be a distraction. It's not a distraction. It's not. So that's my issue with John Harbaugh. You should have nutted this in the butt a long time ago. You can't allow a dude to do the things that you probably consider something that's bad or a bad habit. Continue to let him do this. Let him win MVP while he's continue to do these dumb things or do things that you feel like he should improve and shouldn't do. Then they want him to change because he's having a down year. One down year, now he needs to change. But you should have said this a long time ago when y'all was winning, when y'all was going 14-3, 14 and yeah, when y'all went 14-3, you should have said something then. You wasn't saying something. You wasn't saying nothing. You know why? Because you were winning. Winning overshadows all the cons, bro. Winning overshadows all the troubles, all the negative, all the weaknesses, and all the cons of everything. Winning changes everything, bro. I'm telling you. And so when you're winning, you don't care until it hits you in your face. Then you like, damn, you need to fix it. But you should have fixed it when you was winning. Because now since y'all been struggling, and now you trying to check him, he not gonna listen to you because he like, why would I change when I've been doing this and I got 2 MVPs off doing it? John Harbaugh should have been said something. Now let's get on Lamar. If Lamar is doing this, brother, that's not true leadership. That's not true leadership if you're doing this stuff that they're saying that you're doing. I don't know. So I'm just speculating. But you should not be doing this stuff. You should not be going around. You don't want to. How does one player get to determine when the team practice? That's crazy. How does one player get to determine when the team practices? That's crazy to me, bro. And it's back on John Harbaugh. How are you allowing that? That's crazy. That doesn't make no sense. I hope that was a team thing, bro, not a one person feel like thing. I hope that was a team thing, bro. And I think if they asked Harbaugh about that, so did you guys change the time that you practice because of Lamar? He'll probably say, nah, that's a team thing. And I think I'll probably agree with him. So I hope that's just a misunderstanding. And that it's not Lamar's the reason, it's a team thing. The team felt more comfortable doing that at a certain time. I hope that. But if that's not true, that's not the case, and Lamar is determining, that's crazy to me. How does he have that much stain? Yes, he got an MVP, but you ain't won no Super Bowls. MVP is an individual thing. Super Bowl is a team. It's a team thing. That's the difference. If Tom Brady wanted to do that, cool, do your thing, Tom. Patrick Mahomes want to do it, do your thing, Pat. Lamar Jackson? Because 2 MVPs? Mm-mm. 3 All-Pro? Mm-mm. If Lamar won the Super Bowl, they probably wouldn't say shit. They probably wouldn't say nothing. But come on, dog. I hope this is not true. That's like my stance on it. I hope it's not true. But if it is true, like John Harbaugh did it to yourself, bro. You should have been checking this. You should have been checked this. Now, two MVPs later, you think you can change a man after he won two MVPs? People already looking at him. People are already saying Lamar Jackson's a Hall of Fame without winning a Super Bowl. You don't think he hears this stuff? So in Lamar Jackson's mind, after winning these two MVPs, and I still think he wants to win a Super Bowl. He's comfortable. Why would he not be comfortable? He's comfortable. I got two MVPs. Come on, bro. I'm going to Hall of Fame. I'm a surefire pick. The guy. Come on, bro. I'm 100% going to be a Hall of Famer. I got two MVPs. I got three All Pros. I'm like top five in All Pros as a quarterback. Number of All Pros made as a quarterback. So who's going to doubt me? Like, okay, I don't win a Super Bowl for the team, but as individual, as a player, I'm looked at as one of the greatest players of all time. Now they can say you can put me in the Dan Marino boat, but Dan Marino got a gold jacket. Warren Moon got a gold jacket. Dan Fouts got a gold jacket. And out of those three guys, you only can say Dan Marino was better than me. So you gotta fix stuff when it's fresh, when it's young. You can't wait years and years and years and let stuff build up to complain after somebody done won two MVPs with habits that you feel like affect the team in a negative way. So that's on John Harbaugh, bro. Like I say, if Lamar's doing that, then Lamar need to grow up and change. But like I said, bro, like it's too late, bro. It's too late. That's too late. But I think it's a misunderstanding when it comes to the columnist. I'm not saying he's wrong, but it might be some misunderstanding, especially when it comes to the team practice and all that. I think that probably is more of a team thing than Lamar doing, in my opinion. But that's all I got to say about that. Like I said, John, you did it to yourself. If all this is going on, I blame John Harbaugh. If you're the coach and you're supposed to make sure everything's in order and guys don't overstep their boundaries. So it is what it is. Next topic, guys, I want to get into my Atlanta Falcons. I always got to talk about them. We're going to get in and talk about my boy Raheem Morris, man. So, guys, if you don't know, Raheem Morris and the Atlanta Falcons won last night in a shocking upset against the LA Rams, a team that people consider a Super Bowl caliber team. Somebody that people consider a team that people consider has the MVP of this year on their team. A team that people consider has the best wide receiver on their team, and a team that people consider has a top 5 wide receiver duo, and a team that people consider to have one of the best D lines in the game too. So they have all that, and my Atlanta Falcons still upset them and beat them 24-27. Raheem. Raheem, Raheem, Raheem. Now, I like Raheem. I like Raheem. Contrary to popular belief, I, I like Raheem. I think he's a great motivator. I think he's a coach that players will fight hard behind, will fight hard for. But I think he's better doing that as an assistant, just not as a head coach. Me personally, I would fire Raheem Morris and I would bring in Mike McCarthy. I've said that multiple times, but anytime I talk about Raheem, I'm just going to repeat it just so guys let you know where I stand on the fire Raheem or let Raheem get another year. Now, with all that being said, the Falcons are going to give Raheem another year. And this Rams win, in my opinion, opened up the floodgates to where I think the Falcons are comfortable giving him another year. And if they beat the Saints, even though I feel like it's for sure, he's for sure. I think it's for sure that I think it's a guarantee that he gets another year. He stays the head coach. But I think if they beat the Saints and they end up 8-9, just that hope of what if we won a couple of more games, we'll be in the playoffs. But every year is different. Every year is different. But I believe, even though I think they should fire him, they're going to keep him. And so a couple of reasons I feel that way is because, just like I said, beating the Rams, upsetting them, gives Arthur Blank some confidence that Raheem, give another year, we can make the playoffs. I think the draft, this 2025 class is probably one of the best class we done had in a long time, bro. Long time. I'll probably say it's not as impactful as this class, but it's the best class I've seen since our 2016 draft when we got Keanu Neal, Deion Jones. We got a couple of little spark plus guys that came in and they just did their thing and helped us get to a Super Bowl, which was Keanu and which was Deion Jones. So shout out to them. This draft, Baldwin Jr., Pierce, 8 sacks. Walker, I think like 5 of 6 sacks. What you call him? My boy Watts, he had 2 picks. And one of them was almost a pick 6. Steals, bro. We got 2 good pass rushers, both in the first round. Both like they're going to be impactful for the foreseeable future and be guys, be the cornerstone of that defense and especially the D line. I look at Bowman. He's a good corner. He's going to be a great nickel. Guys that he can cover the slot, probably put them outside if they needed to, if they feel like the outside corners are weak. Then you got Watt. To me, they probably let Jesse Bates walk. Or they probably won't resign Jesse Bates because Watts, I feel like he could do his job and Jesse Bates' job. I think he's super dynamic. He play all over the field. He can cover. You know what I'm saying? He's great in zone. You know what I'm saying? He be fooling these quarterbacks, making them think he's gonna be somewhere else. Then they throw the ball, and he pop up on them and pick the ball off. So I like his game. I like everything about him. And I think this draft is gonna help Raheem. Another thing that's gonna help Raheem, the media. Race card, y'all. You know I always gotta talk about this. The race card. They're gonna play the race card too. Arthur Blank, how you gonna get this black man only 2 years? You gave Arthur Smith 3. Why you can't give Raheem 3? It's like, dog, they both suck. Why do you care? Why are we counting how many times we're gonna get, how many years we're gonna give somebody when they both suck? They both underachieving. They both had teams that should have made the playoffs and didn't. Even with Tom Brady being in our division, that 2022 and 2023 team should have made the playoffs, bro. Terrible quarterback play. If we had just decent quarterback play, we would have made the playoffs, and we didn't. We get Raheem, have decent quarterback play, then the worst. Then when you talking about the worst time to choose just the F up, we chose that. Went 6-3 and went from 6-3 to now we 7-7. 6-3 to 7-7. A 5-game losing streak, y'all. Got a 6-game losing streak. What was it? No, we had a 4-game losing streak, y'all. Went on a 4-game losing streak. Now this year, underachieved. If all we beat is Miami, the Jets, teams that we supposed to beat, Miami, the Jets, the Panthers, the second time. The Falcons are 10-6, bro. Playoffs. We just beat those 3 teams. We're 10-6 playoffs. NFC South, whoever going like we wouldn't be having this where week 18 determines who's gonna be the NFC South champ. We would have been NFC South champs after we beat the Rams. We would be 10-6. Would have won in that game 9-6. Would have won 10-6. NFC South champs in the Mercedes Benz. Come on, bro. The Falcons fans deserve to host a game, man. And so I feel like when it comes to the race, they're going to give him another opportunity as well. I don't believe he deserves opportunity, but those are my reasons. So even though I don't believe that he deserves another opportunity, I know the front office is going to give him another opportunity because he had a great draft. A lot of these young guys under him, because he's coaching them and developing them, showed a lot of progress and shown that they potentially can be some Pro Bowler to all pro caliber players. And so I feel like they're going to give him another year. He got his guys in there. Now, you got all the ingredients to make the cake. Make the fucking cake. You got all the ingredients to make the cake. Make the freaking cake. And if you can't do that, after the 2026 season, no playoffs for us. We looking up the Saints in the playoff with the young boy they got. Michael Penix hurt again. We suck. Then it just is what it is. Just move on from Raheem. Find somebody else. I don't know who you're gonna find. I think you should fire him now while the team look good and bring somebody else in that actually can take advantage of the weapons that we got and the players, type of players that we have. But they're not gonna do that. So it is what it is. That's my thoughts on that. Last topic of the day, guys, and I'll be back on tomorrow. The Steelers losing to the Browns 13-6. Now, this game was it was hard to watch. That's how bad it was. It was a terrible game to watch, bro. Y'all know me. I've been saying this all year. I'm not a Steelers fan. I root for them occasionally because I like certain players on the team. Aaron Rodgers on the team. Aaron Rodgers is one of my favorite quarterbacks that I watched as a growing up as a kid, and I want to see him go to the play because I think this might be his last year. I'm hearing it's rumors that the Steelers want him to come back in 2026 because they feel like the wide receiver group that's coming out in the draft this year and it's coming up, the upcoming draft, they feel like it's very weak. The quarterbacks is very weak this year, so that they really just want to keep a veteran guy that understands how to play quarterback already instead of trying to develop these young guys. They don't feel like these young guys are talented enough to help them compete in the AFC North, so they want to bring Aaron Rodgers back. But I don't know yet. We'll see. Aaron Rodgers give his decision. I think it's going to be based on the Steelers make the playoffs if he stays. If they win, I think he stays for another year. If they lose, I think he might go. I think he might go ahead and just retire. You know what I'm saying? Back-to-back years not making the playoffs. I feel like he don't want to keep on trying to play, thinking he going to go. Then next year, 26, same situation. You lose again, I in the playoffs 2 straight years. So I think he'll retire if they win. If they lose, he'll retire. If they win, he stays around for one more year, play it out in 2026, then he'll go into sunset. But I'm just disappointed in this game because they should have won this game, bro. Yes, Shedeur first 2 drives were good. Now I think the touchdown throw, the touchdown pass that he threw, that could have been picked. That could have been picked. Shout out to Fanigan for moving. And bro, when you running like that, and now you gotta switch and you gotta turn your body like what he did. He turned. Shout out to him for just turning his body and finding the ball because Shedeur just threw it up there. And the Browns defenders, they lost the ball. And shout out to Fan just adjusting his body to go get that thing. And he went to go get it. But if the Steelers would have not got lost and trying to look for the ball while the ball was in the air, it should have been a pick. It should have been a pick. But he scored, so give it to him. After those 2 first drives, Shedeur was horrendous. And we didn't take advantage of it because our offense was horrendous. Myles Garrett got 22 sacks this season. Myles Garrett got 22 sacks this season. I understand. Pittsburgh, TJ Watt is tied with the record. Pittsburgh, they don't want Myles Garrett getting a sack on their quarterback for him to break the record. Especially when it's a player on their team that has the record right now. They didn't want that. But I felt like they was I feel like they was so focused on stopping Myles Garrett from winning the game that it took away from them just trying to go out and win the game, bro. If you get what I'm saying. It was like, we're gonna play to stop Myles Garrett from wrecking the game instead of saying, let's play to win this bitch so we can go to the playoffs. That Myles Garrett gets a sack. Myles Garrett been getting sacks all year and they still been losing. I don't get what we're doing, bro. He has not been impactful in winning. His sacks have not been impactful to a point to where they've been winning games. He's been impactful individually, but he hasn't been impactful team-wise. So for you to care so much about him to where we're like, we're not going to let him even touch Aaron. To me, it made me mad because he could have got a sack. So what if he breaks it? That don't mean they're gonna win the game. The goal is to win the game. The goal isn't to worry about somebody breaking a record. And I feel like a lot of times they had Gainwell chipping when Gainwell, to be honest, is your best wide receiver because he's been there longer than everybody else. He understands the playbook because he's been there longer. MVS, Adam Thielen, they're still trying to understand where they need to go when it comes to the playbook. So they're still a little bit, they're still both of them are like deer in headlights when it comes to the play because they just got there 2-3 weeks ago. So Gainwell's your best receiver. Your running back's your best receiver. It's sad, but that's how it is. And you got him chipping instead of him just going to run some routes and cooking and throwing him the ball. Aaron Rodgers on the last 2 plays. Let's talk about before they look how Aaron Rodgers just getting down there was incredible. The throw, the fire move in the middle of the field, like that ball was like this much away from getting picked. But when you got a guy like Aaron Rodgers, he can make them throws in them small windows. He can make those throws. He's that good. He's that elite. And he did that. And at 42 years old, he did that. At 42. But when you get down there and you test one of the most underrated cornerbacks in the game in Denzel Ward, you test him twice. The first time you test it's like a slant route. And Buddy, instead of slanting, instead of going in, he tried to push back out. Aaron Rodgers throw the ball almost a pick. Then you try to do something. They'll try to do like a fade. That didn't work. Then you do another fade route. Don't work. You lose the game. I just don't understand. What are we doing? If Aaron just took time just to look on that other side, Adam Thielen, he could have had a touchdown, Adam Thielen, depending on how you throw that. Because if he kind of throw that and make Adam jump, Adam might touch it, but knowing these defenders, they might hit his ass so hard in the air, he might drop the ball incomplete. And like I said, Gainwell chipped, but it felt like Aaron was just that pressure. Now give credit to the Browns, they were getting to Aaron. That's one of their best games as a D lineman. That's not for Myles Garrett as D line in as a totality. The D line, everybody together played their butt off. But it just felt like Aaron Rodgers, the pressure was getting to him so much. He just felt like, let me get the ball. I'm going to go to MVS. I trust MVS. Instead of like, okay, boom. Okay, he open. Gainwell open. Gainwell was open on that fourth down. On that fourth down play, Gainwell was open on 4th and goal. He was open. After he chipped, he was wide open. He was. Aaron just drop it off to him. Boom. Drop it off to him. Boom. Now he got to go make a play, and he probably get it. He probably gets it. He probably make a move or just run over a couple of dudes, just put it out, and he probably makes it. He probably get there. But you don't need to give him opportunity to do that because you're trying to force feed MVS, and it costs you. It costs you the game. And so now, you're in a position now tonight, you got to go play the Ravens, and the winner takes all on Sunday Night Football. And I'm more confident in the Ravens winning that game than the Steelers, bro. Based on watching Derrick Henry rush for 216 yards against the Packers. And Tyler Huntley, he's not Lamar, but he gets the job done. You know what I'm saying? He throw the ball on time. And it seemed like every pass that he threw to the Baltimore receivers, they called it each one of them. Every pass he threw, they wanted to go get that for him. They wanted to win that game. They play hard for Tyler Huntley, just like they play hard for Lamar Jackson. They believe in him. Steelers is stupid, bro. Another reason why they lost. DK Metcalf, dumbass. And see, you only do those routes like that with MVS if you have DK. If you got DK, then I'm okay with you doing that. But MVS he just got on the team, y'all, 3 weeks ago. And you allow him to do that. And you do that. You trust him that much? MVS wasn't there in training camp. You trust him that much? Adam Thielen should have got more targets. Adam Thielen should have got more targets. If Pittsburgh wants to beat the Ravens, you got to give Adam Thielen more targets, bro. I don't care. He has to get more. I know he's 34, 35 years old. You have to give that man more targets. If you want to come out of that Baltimore game victorious, you got to give him more targets. DK Metcalf, look what happened, brother. You too old, bro. You too old. I'm starting now to think they should have kept George Pickens. I know George Pickens when they did that. You chose week 16 to punch a fan, bro. He called you the N-word. I don't even care that he called you the N-word. Who cared that he called you the N-word, bro? Why are you so soft and weak to where you got to put your hands on somebody because they called you the N-word? You a fucking NFL player, bro. Who cares, bro? These dudes be blowing me. Stuff you shouldn't say to a black man. Bro, we say the most egregious stuff to each other, bro. The N-word's your deal breaker. Y'all dudes be blowing me, bro. The N-word. How we talk to each other. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. Come on, bro. And I don't even believe Buddy called you the N-word, bro. I don't even believe that, bro. I think that's a cop-out. Because you know you was wrong. So you like, let me say something that make people say, okay, yeah, that excuses him. Because nothing else would excuse you punching somebody. But we all know the only way people would justify you doing bad is racism. It's racism. If you doing anything to go against so-called racism, somebody being racist, oh yeah, you can slap somebody. Yeah, you can punch on somebody. He called you the N-word. No, he didn't. He called you an N-word, bro. You just saying that so you can make people think that you're just the victim of the victim in this situation when you're not a victim. That dude you punch is the victim. Now he doing too much doing press conference stuff, but just post that shit on Instagram and keep it pushing. Like we don't care about you that much. You know what I'm saying? Just do your job, be a fan like I'm a fan, and hush it up. If you want to talk more, start a podcast like everybody else. But for DK to punch that man, bro, for words is insane to me. I don't care what Buddy said, bro. Anybody justifying that, bro, you the problem too, bro. You keep want to justify people talking. Who cares what Buddy said, bro? DK Metcalf on the field. Buddy paid to see DK Metcalf. That's a flex for DK. He heckling you, but at the same time, if you ball out, he come to see you play. He want to watch you lose, so by default, he has to watch you dominate his team. That's how you got to think, in my opinion, bro. But this notion of I got to attack somebody, put my hand on somebody because they said something I don't like, I just think it's soft. And now it might cost the Steelers going to the playoffs, bro. They should have beat the Browns. They should have been, after that game, they should have been celebrating being AFC North champs. Now they done put Baltimore and got Baltimore hopes back up. So when now Baltimore feel like, we going to go into Pittsburgh. We finna run it down their throats. And King Henry finna have one of those King Henry days again. And we finna celebrate. And we finna be AFC North champs. And we going to celebrate in Pittsburgh. And I think that might happen. I think Derrick Henry goes for 100 and some change. Scores about 2 or 3 touchdowns. I think Tyler Huntley has a decent game. I'm not going to talk about it. I just told y'all I'm not going to talk about it. I'm talking about it right now. But nah, let me not talk about it. I'll give y'all my thoughts, like I say, on Friday for the preview of Week 18. But man, DK, you cost your team the game, brother. You got to deal with that. It is what it is. Aaron Rodgers, people can say, or it wasn't Aaron Rodgers' fault. Anybody got something to say about Aaron Rodgers? Shut up. You don't know. You're not watching the game at all, bro. He has no time, and they cared, and they were trying to worry about Myles Garrett too much to a default. Like worrying about Myles Garrett cost them the game. That's one reason why they lost. Worrying about Myles Garrett too much. If he gets 2 sacks and got 24, cool. We still won. We AFC North champs. It's like they like, let's win and stop Myles breaking the record. You can't do both. Myles Garrett had 5 sacks and still got blown out. Like, who cares, bro? If the Patriots would have sat there and worried about Myles Garrett all game, they would have lost the game. They didn't. They're like, okay, you gonna keep sacking? But your secondary can't. You only got one good player in your secondary, which is Denzel Ward. Everybody else ain't gonna hold up, so we don't fear y'all, bro. We fear you. And you gonna make plays, but you're gonna get the Drake May every time. And the time that you don't, 20-yard completion, 30-yard completion, touchdown. The Steelers like, we gonna dink and dunk just so he won't even get away, just so he can't wreck the game instead of saying, okay, bring it. We know you're gonna come. We know, you're gonna have about 2 or 3 sacks. Cool. But you ain't gonna win the game because you're not impactful. Your sacks are not impactful. Your sacks don't impact the game. Your sacks just make you look good. And they didn't do that. And now if you're a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, I feel bad for you, bro. I feel for you. I should have won that game, bro. Y'all should have blew the Browns out. And if y'all would have focused more on blowing the Browns out instead of focus on Myles Garrett, y'all would have bleeped. I truly believe the score probably would have been 27-13, 34-13 Steelers. Arthur Smith, terrible play calling night, bro. One of your worst play calling nights of this season. Probably is. Offense it was no creativity in the offense, bro. The plays that you called week 17 did not look like the plays you was calling on your 3-game winning streak week 14, 15, and 16. It did not look like that. I didn't see the same creativity the first time you played the Ravens, when you played the Dolphins, and when you played the Detroit Lions. Where's the creativity at? I saw no creativity, bro. Plays were very predictable, bro. Come on, bro. The check down every time. That's not Aaron. That's you. That's the plays you calling. Can we get some plays down the field? Trust me, bro. It's gonna be a long weekend for Steelers fan after Sunday. So that's my thoughts on that, guys. I appreciate everybody that watched. I saw some people coming in, and I appreciate y'all that watched, rock with me today. I will be back on tomorrow for another podcast of the Football Den, and I will be doing the Be Like That too. Got some things to talk about in the Be Like That. Stephon Diggs. I will talk about Stephon Diggs on the Football Den, then I'll talk to him on the Be Like That because Cardi B has something to do with it. So I'm talking about the Be Like That because it's rumors that she was trying to bribe the woman that's accusing Stephon Diggs of strangling her. So we're gonna get into on the Be Like That. We're gonna stay just strictly on Stephon Diggs when it comes to how this affect the football team, how this affect him. And then we're going to get on there, Be Like That, to talk about how does it affect him when it comes to the Cardi B, how does it affect Cardi B for doing this in that situation from that perspective. And if Drew, he gets on, but if not, it's going to be solo dolo, just me. So like I said, man, I appreciate everybody that rocked with me today. Get y'all 40-minute pod today, man. It might be longer tomorrow, might not. You know what I'm saying? I just like to get all my thoughts out, get all these topics out the way. Once again, I know I'm saying so much. Once again, I appreciate y'all. I know I haven't been on as much as I should, so I will be back on. I will get the clips out on YouTube, everywhere, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter. Where I can put my clips, I'm going to put them up, so be on the lookout for that. And, man, y'all have a great night. It's 11, so I know a lot of y'all finna go to sleep, get in the shower. So, man, y'all have a great night. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I'm not going to say Happy New Year because I will see y'all tomorrow, and I'll tell y'all that then. So, happy holidays. I'll say that. And like I said, I'll see y'all tomorrow. We out.